What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jerome. I know I'm a little bit late with the Insecure review, but like I just said, this is Insecure. This is season 3, episode 6. This episode is titled Ready Like. So without further ado, we are going to get straight into this video. Alright, so this episode picks up where the last one ended, and that was with Lawrence and Issa in the 7-Eleven with each other. And Issa's asking Lawrence, how he's been and all that kind of stuff, and Lawrence got to sit back and think about it. He's been working, doing a lot of fucking, and catching a lot of STDs. And, in a nutshell, he just tells Issa, everything is good. And then, Issa is at, I think, City Hall or something like that, trying to get, paperwork to do her Coachella. Now she just wants to do a block party. Now, the woman that she was talking to was, hella dismissive and all that kind of stuff, and not really optimistic or nothing like that, telling Issa basically she was really negative. And she was asking Issa, is it for for profit or non for profit, and Issa doesn't know which one it is, but she asked her to give her both the paperwork. And again, like I said, the woman was not very supportive or anything like that, telling Issa the downfalls, how she gotta get a liquor license and all that kind of stuff, which I get it. And then it's just, she was very negative. But, when she goes out to the hallway, Nathan is there. Nathan is basically, telling Issa, you got this, you can do this and all that kind of stuff. And then he also tells her to text Molly and let Molly know that Andrew says to come get her jacket, because Andrew's the one that has her jacket. And then you got Molly, she's at work. And like I said, Issa texts her, tell her that Andrew has her jacket and for her to go get her motherfucking jacket. But Molly is just so in her feelings about the way she acted at Coachella and all that kind of stuff. Then her assistant comes in with some stuff which was for Tiffany's baby shower. Her assistant starts rambling and all that kind of stuff. And then she asks her assistant to move around her appointment so she can have a sit down with Tarian and all that kind of stuff. And then next you got Issa. She and Nathan are in bed with each other. She's trying to plan out where she wants to have this block party at. And then Nathan asks her, how do you know if it's real? And she's like, what? And basically what he's talking about, how do you know what's is real between those two? And he's basically telling Issa that he's really feeling her. And Issa's like, oh shit, I didn't know we were already at that point. But she says, I'm feeling you too as well. You can really tell that Issa likes Nathan. When it comes down to Issa and Nathan, I think that this one is gonna be too good to be true. I'm hoping not, but we'll see along the lines how this plays out between Issa and Nathan. All right, so Lawrence, he's on this mission to calling all the girls that he's fucked to tell them that he had chlamydia. Now, this nigga's been fucking so many bitches, sorry to say bitches, but he's been fucking so many women that he completely lost track of who he's fucked, because he calls this one girl and she's like, nigga, have you forgotten who, we never fucked, have you forgotten all the girls that you fucked, which clearly he has. Damn, you was fucking that many females out there and you completely forgot who the hell you was sleeping with. That's bad, my nigga. Use a fucking condom. It ain't that hard. Put one on. You got chlamydia. It could have been a lot worse than chlamydia, but moving on from that, that was really nasty. You don't got that many, you slept with that many girls that you forgot who you slept with. Damn, my nigga. All right, then you got this thing where Issa's at her apartment complex. She's out there with the the water hose and all that kind of stuff, cleaning up the dog shit of one of her tenants. And then she's telling her tenant, next time do better by cleaning up your dog shit. And then this nigga gonna sit here and say, I don't have a dog. But you can clearly hear the dog in the background barking like a motherfucker. Nigga, clean up your dog shit. It's just that easy. I love dogs and all that kind of stuff. But when it comes to apartments and, when people live in houses and shit, they let their dogs go use it in a neighbor's yards and all that kind of stuff. And it's nasty as fuck. Is it that hard to just pick up the shit, have a plastic bag and just pick the shit up and just take it and throw it in the trash? Is it that fucking hard to clean up the dog shit? Ugh. But then while she's out there cleaning up that dog shit, she gets a phone call from the Lyft people. And Lyft is saying that they are doing an investigation. Basically, when Nathan was in that Lyft car with Issa, and he fought the dude in the backseat that was smoking the weed. So then she texts Nathan about Lyft, calling her about doing an investigation. So, she doesn't get a text back from him, but we'll see how this goes. And then we get Andrew. He's finally giving Molly her jacket back. And Andrew actually really likes Molly. You can clearly see that he likes Molly. And so he's not really fazed by how she was acting at Coachella. So then he asks, he tells her that he's going to take her out. But, Molly comes up with some bullshit talking about how she has to work and all that kind of stuff. And then he says, well, get back to me on that. And she's like, okay. And I'm sitting thinking to myself, like, Molly, why don't you just take, like, it ain't like you got any other options at this point. Like, shit, you not fucking Dro, old messed up mouth ass. So take this nigga up on this offer. Well, he's not a nigga. Take this Asian boy up on the offer and go out with him. Like, what is it gonna hurt you? Just go out with the motherfucker. It's just that simple. Go out with him. Ain't nobody else knocking at your door. All right, so then you got Molly, Issa, and Kelly. They are, getting ready for Tiffany's baby shower, and Kelly is not Kelly, but Molly is talking about what is it Molly talking about? Oh, Andrew, how she doesn't want to go out on a date with him, and Issa's like, is it because he's Asian? And she's talking about how the Jews don't mix with other people, but Jewish is a religion. Asian is not a religion. Like black is not a religion. And then when she's talking about Andrew, what's her name? Kelly's talking about is Andrew the black one or the Asian one? She said the Asian one. She said good because I've been fucking a black one, fucking him a lot. I'm like, oh my god, Kelly is a motherfucking key. Like I love fucking Kelly. But I'm really 100% with Issa. Like, Molly, why are you judging and all that kind of shit? Like, it's not that deep. Like, just go out with the dude. Like, you might like him. Like I said, you ain't got nobody else knocking at your motherfucking door, so go out with the dude. It ain't gonna hurt you. All right, so then you got Lawrence. He's having a crisis. He's 32 years old, and he's talking to Chad. And basically, like, there's got to be more to his life than just fucking and working and all that kind of stuff. And, Derek is also there. And, they asking Derek how he feels about being a dad. And, Derek feel like he's going to be a great-ass dad. And Chad's like, he would have been a good ass father, but they were like, didn't you cheat on your girl? And he was like, yeah, whatever. And then they they talk about Issa and all that kind of stuff. Like, they asked Lawrence would he take Issa back, and Lawrence says he won't take Issa back because when he looks at Issa, he wouldn't be able to see anything other than a cheater. And then Chad calls her a hoe. And he's like, she's not a hoe. She just did some hoe shit, which is true. Issa did some hoe ass shit, which we can all agree on that one. And when he said that Issa's a hoe, Lawrence is like, but didn't y'all do the same thing? Well, no, Lawrence didn't say that. Derek said, didn't y'all do the same thing? And then when Lawrence kind of clocked, Chad, he talking about, he got chlamydia. He said had. Past tense, as in I don't have it anymore. Like, nigga, you had chlamydia. I was looking at that girl on the side of him like that bitch was like, I probably would have asked you out, but nigga, when he said chlamydia, the fuck? Bye. All right, so next we got the baby shower. There are a lot of bougie ass people that they don't know, minus Kamal. So then there's just one girl that comes up to them. Her name is Blair, and she said that Tiff calls them the crazy crew, which bitch I can clearly see why y'all are the crazy crew. Like, what the fuck? And she takes the cake from Molly. I'm like, bitch, did you put your whole hand on that cake? And then you got on the wall where Tiffany has recreated these these pregnancy reveals from Serena Williams, Cardi B, and Beyonce. And then she got her own. I'm like, really, Kelly? Or not Kelly, but really, Tiffany, like, you doing the most. So Lawrence and Dro are there, and then Dro goes up to him and asks him if he got some kush. I'm like, Dro, go the fuck away. Nobody wants to see you. And then Molly is out there being driven crazy by the crazy crew. So Issa is still tripping off about she's texting Nathan but no response from Nathan. So Molly asks her, do you want me to call him? She's like, nah, girl. But she ended up eventually having her call him, but it goes to voicemail, and he doesn't have a voicemail set up. So then, Issa goes over there and talks to Lawrence, and, Molly's like, if you go talk to Lawrence, that means I got to go talk to Dro and all that kind of shit. So, like I said, Issa goes over there, she talks to Lawrence. At first, the conversation was awkward, but then, they start to get into a rhythm and a flow with each other. And, Issa's telling him, he's talking about how he saw Frida in the store and how he felt like it would have been awkward to go up to Frida and talk to her. And then Issa was like, yeah, I quit, we got y'all. And all that kind of stuff. And then, she's telling him about her block party that she wants to have. And, he asked her, does she need a business plan? And she said that if he knows someone, send him her way and all that kind of stuff. And then Molly goes up to Dre, and then Dre's like, oh, so we talking now? And she's like, see, that's what I'm talking about. Boundaries. Fuck it, nigga. Like, I wouldn't even went up to Dre and talk to him like, fuck that shit. So then you got Kelly. She's coming in. One of the crazy crews not letting her bring in her cupcakes, her Gladys Knight cupcakes, and she's like, "Bitch, if you don't midnight train that motherfucker over to that table." Like, I was feeling Kelly. I love Kelly. That is my girl for real, for real. Like, I get why Kelly's upset because she said she feels like she's losing her best friend to this baby, which I don't know if that's true. I mean, I can't say I understand how to understand that, but I mean, it's a life change and all that kind of stuff. And then they are asking. Tiffany comes out there and outside where Issa and Molly are, which I forgot to say that they went outside and trying to figure out what's going on with them. And basically they want to know why there are so many people there that they don't know why weren't they a part of the planning of her baby shower. And then Tiffany is like, well, Blair offered it, and she was holding out so long for her friends to actually plan it for her, but they never planned. They never said anything to her. And then Issa and Molly talking about how they had life issues, and then Kelly was like, I offered to help, but you never said anything to me. And I feel like when it comes down to that, Tiffany didn't want all the bullshit that surrounds Kelly at her baby shower, which is nothing wrong with that. We all know how Tiffany is. She's bougie as fuck, but it is what it is. So then you got Issa and Molly, they talking, and she asked how things went with Lawrence, and she says how she's over him, and she's ready to move on with Nathan, pretty much. And then Candace shows up, and I would have been like Issa, like, oh shit, girl, there go Candace, like, you want me to step away, whatever. But I forgot, so Molly does text Andrew and, to see if the offer was still good. And then Derek and Lawrence are talking. He says he saw him and Issa talking. He says how things felt different. And, you got Molly and Issa, they are in the kitchen cleaning. And then Tiffany comes in and asks them, where's Kelly? And they like, Kelly said she had to leave for work and all that kind of stuff. And then Tiffany spills the beans that, Candace told her that she and Dro are having a baby. I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, whoa, wasn't expecting that. And then, the bitch upstaged her at her own baby shower. I'm like, shit. And then Liv calls Issa and tells her that the investigation is closed because they've talked to Nathan. And she's like, you talked to Nathan today? And they were like, yeah. And then she goes looking at her text messages where she's texting him, but he's not responding to her. So I guess now Issa's trying to figure out what the fuck is going on between her and Nathan. But that was Insecure. Sorry if this was kind of rushed. Just trying to get this done. We got 2 more episodes left of the season, and that's it. And I am going to do not basketball wives. I don't even watch this show. I'm going to do Love and Hip Hop next. And I might either put that up later tonight or I'll put it up early in the morning. But like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys later. Okay. I guess this camera doesn't want to stop.